Hello, study abroad market in India in 2026. Think about what students' dream look like in 2025. Give IELTS, write your SOPs, fill out the Canada's form, get the visa, get the PR, and life is set. That was the formula. Every family knew it, every consultant knew it, and every consultancy sold this. 2.78 lakhs to Indian students got Canada study permits in 2023. Now, listen to this. In 2025, less than 90,000, that means 67% crash in just 2 years. And it's not just a Canada, US F1 visa for Indian students as well in the peak moment, down by 69%. This is not the slowdown. This is an entire industry being rewired. And if you are in this market, whether you are parent, student, or running a consultancy, this video is for you. Because what changed in the study abroad market in 2026 is not just a policy update, the mindset change, the geography change, and honestly, the game completely changed. So today we are going to break down the exactly what changed, why it changed, and what it means for you. So let's get into this. First, let's establish the baseline. What was the true until 2022 and 23? The big four like US, UK, Canada, and Australia. Just four countries. Student thought about those four, parent knew about it, consultancy built the businesses on these four countries. The formula was simple. IELTS, SOP, application, visa, and PR. That's it. Canada was the most popular. Why? Because Canada was an almost automatic pathway. Study, get your post-graduation work permit, get a job, and get a permanent residency. Done. In 2022, Canada issued 2.25 lakh study permits to Indians. Yeah, Indians is equal to Canada's number one source of income. 41% of the permits. Second, the US was the dream. Do your MS, get the H1B visa, land a job in Silicon Valley. 1 year in master, fast and prestigious. Then the Australia, the expensive one, but always an option. In this whole game, what was consultancy job? Fill the form, get the documents, submit the application, collect the commission. That was an era. But what it changed? Where just being present was not enough. Open the consultancy, work for it, take Canada's name, get the students admission, and walk their own way. That era was over. How the big four broke down. Let's go one by one. We start with the Canada. Yes, because this is where the biggest shock come from. In Canada, the fall starts from 2023, specifically October 2024. Canada shut down something every consultancy knew and relied upon, the students' direct stream, that we called it as SDS. What was it? A fast track visa program specially designed only for Indians, 20 business days processing time, a higher approval rates, predictable, gone in one shot, processing time jump from 20 days to 8 weeks or more than that. Then came the national intake cap, 4.37 lakh permits in 2025. Then the cut further to the 2026 is 4.8 lakh. A new condition, a provisional attestation letter, meaning you need a state government's approval before you enter into the country. Even file your application. A financial proof was bar raised, and you need to show a 22,895 Canadian dollar just for living expenses alone, and tuition and travels are separate on top of that. And then came the number that said everything. Period 20, August 2023-25, the rejection rate was respectively 32 and 74%. But in December 2025, the rejection rate was IRCC official data is 81%. Out of 100 Indian students who applied, 81 got a no. Yes, that's right. They got rejected. And year 2023, that was the peak. 24, 25, Indian study permits was in among the highest. Starts from 2.78 lakhs, 1.88 lakhs, and 90,000. These are the respective figures from these years. A 67.5% crash in 2 years. Ontario College, that used to get the 70% of their tuition revenue from the India, started warning about the program closures and job cuts. Canada then proposed an additional 65% slash in new study permits for 2026 and 27. The country that drove the most leads, the most revenue, the most referral for every consultancy in India collapsed almost overnight. Any consultancy that was running purely on Canada is either shut down today or desperately trying to figure out what comes next. In USA, as we all know, the Trump effect. The USA, in January 2025, the Trump second term begins. Executive orders targeting immigration from day one. May 2025, US consulates suspended the visa interview for almost a full month to implement a social media screening for all applicants. Those of the current students already studying in the US, they are also starting facing the heats. The Sevis recorded that the most were reversed later, but the damage was done. A rule was proposed that elimination duration of status and replace it with a 4-year hard cap on F1 visas and December 2025. The travel ban was extended to 39 countries. Matrix F1 visas for Indian peak month was 2025. Overall, US F1 issuance in summer 2025 was number down by 69% and 36% respectively. US preference among the non-US candidates in 2025 and US preferences among the non-US candidates in 2025. The numbers were 57% and 42% respectively. The family spends 2 to 3 years of their hard earnings, lakhs of rupees on GRE coachings, IELTS, SOP writing, application fees, and then the visa don't come. Everything goes in haywire. Then it comes the service gets terminated. Trust in the US pathway has broken at the fundamental level. Then next is UK and Australia. Quieter, but the real. In UK, the graduate route visa faced political pressures, financial proof requirement were raised, restrictions on bringing the dependent families member were tightened. This hit working professionals. Pursuing master's degree especially hard. Australia tightened the visa approval caps. The cost of living was already high. Growth has stalled. Big Four is equal to tighter visas plus higher cost plus less certainty. So what did 2025 and 2026 to an entire graduation of students and parents? It felt them asking the questions: if not there, where? Yes, the new map, the where the students are actually going, that we need to understand. Here is the story gets interesting. The students did not stop waiting to go abroad, they just opened the new map. And this new map has three clear winners right now: Germany, Ireland, and UAE. The destinations are like Germany, Ireland, UAE, and you can add it on to that the Netherlands, Singapore. The zero tuition fees at the public university, top STEM English taught, the EU tech hub like FANG, Facebook, Apple, Google. These are top company global branches, campuses, proximity to the proximity, no barrier, post study work, 18-month visa is free, 2 year study permit work visa, and faster job entry into the market. Progressive system English programs 15 to 25 lakh per years versus non-English is 30 to 50 lakhs in US and UK. Germany is the biggest winner. Indian interest in Germany is 13.2% where in 2022 versus 13.6% in 24 and 25. More than double in 3 years. Nearly 60,000 Indians are students are currently enrolled in the Germany. Tuition fees at the public universities in the Germany are zero. It's as equivalent to nothing. They are top in the engineering, IT, automotive, cyber securities, and other courses. Quality education at the world class institution with no tuition fees after the graduation, you get an 18-month work visa. Germany's economy is actively needs STEM talents, and Germany used to be a backup options. Today, the STEM students, it has become the first choice of the Ireland as well as the Germany. Dublin is the new European headquarter for the Google, Apple, and Meta, Amazon, and Pfizer. Graduates get the 2-year work visa. There is a clear structured pathway to get a critical skill employment permit, which leads to a long-term settlement as well as a critically. Everything is taught in English. Germany requires only you to learn the Germans, but at the certain level. Ireland does not. IT, data, pharma, for the students in this field, Ireland right now is the golden window. The UAE, the proximity play. As Indians already make up 42% of the entire international student fraternity in the UAE, the UAE hosts the branch campus of the top UK, US, Canada, Australia universities in Dubai, Abu Dhabi, and same degree and the same quality. It's just a 3 hours flight from your home, no language barrier, easy family visits. Course duration are shorter, entry into job market is the faster. The entire geographic shifts is not the accidental, it's a rational decision making playing out in the real time. The fourth is the mindset shift. Let's talk about the things that matters but most gets discussed the least. This is the change is not just about the which countries are popular. The way students and family think has fundamentally changed. Earlier it used to be I want to go Canada, I'll figure it out there. But in the new mindset, what is the visa rejection rate right now? And what are my post study work options? What's the total cost versus starting salary? Is there any clear pathway to getting a permanent residency? So these are the shifts which are currently happening in the market, which as a consultant, you should know about it. That is a shift which basically comes from a ROI thing, ROI driven thinking. Earlier, it used to be a foreign degree means a status symbol for us, but it's no longer. Foreign degree is an investment currently, and every investor check their returns before committing. 5 years ago, family asked one of the question they asked, "Is it the Guru University?" Today, family doesn't ask all five in the exception, not the rule. This mindset shift is not the a single biggest invisible change in the market, and for the consultancies, it is both challenging as the biggest opportunity. In consultancy industry, let's see what changed. If you're running a consultancy or working in one, the section is direct where you should look for it. Five things which have changed: the Canada heavy consultancies are bleeding, and if your entire business was built on the any specific one country, you are almost dead. Your pipeline almost essentially dropped, disappeared in many ways, but small consultancies are already shut down. So too many scramblings and pivot the consultancy. So what is the way out? The easy sell is gone. You used to take Canada's name at the walk, and in the student was half converted. That doesn't work anymore. The story is complicated. The conversion is longer. The parents are harder to get convinced. You need to actually know your stuff. The knowledge requirement has gone up dramatically. A consultancy that only knew the US, Canada, Australia, and UK was fine until 2023, but not today anymore. Understand the Germany's blocked account system, understand the Ireland's critical skill employment permit, the UAE's branch campus landscape as well as the job landscape. The Netherlands visa process, the depth of the knowledge is now the baseline, not the differentiator. The student profiles have changed. Today's students come in having an already Google everything. They have a data, they have the questions. They have compared three consultancies before walking into yours. A consultant who genuinely knowledgeable and transparent has never been more valued than anything else. The online platforms like AI platforms are competing with your simple cases like platforms like Applyboard, GradRight, or these are the AI platforms which does everything automatically for filing the applications. Student needs a trusted guide more than ever. The landscape has become so complex that your who would have applied the Canada on their own 3 years ago now genuinely needs your professional help. The consultancies that build the multi-country expertise that can confidently walk a family through a Germany versus Ireland versus UAE versus Singapore based on their specific profile, budgets, and the goals. Those consultancies are going to dominate. The mid-tier consultancies right now in sitting in that the biggest inflection point the industry has ever seen. Whether they rise or fall in the next 2 years will be decided by the whether they adapt to these certain changes or not. That is the question. The knowledge and their pitch to match what the market actually looks like. Why the market won't shrink? The biggest question. In India, 2026 largest tertiary age population globally is 120 million plus. In India, 2026 has the largest college ongoing age population in any country of the world, over 120 million. But the domestic higher education gross enrollment ratio is only 29%. That means 70% people who are in the graduation age, they are looking to go abroad. Demands for the quality higher education is not the being met inside the country. So metric figures, India's tertiary age population to 2026, 120 million plus is going to increase. The domestic education GR is only 29%. India's rank absolute one at globally to project to outbound postgrad students is more than 20 millions per year. The global study abroad consultancy market is valued at 10.5 billion in 2024-25. The Indian middle class is growing. The more families can fund their overseas education than ever before. The budget in 2026 included the measures in the finance bill to make the study abroad less financially painful for the middle class family. The government is itself is acknowledging that outbound education matters. The demand is not gone. The demand has just redirected or the shifted. This market is not shrinking. It has been rewritten. The people who understand the new version of the script, they are the one who will win to win. So key takeaways. Let me revise it once again. The Canada is no longer the reliable pathway for anyone who is looking to do it. Then US landscape is genuinely uncertain, which Trump's policies have already broken the family trust in the pathways. The third one is Germany, Ireland, UAE, and Singapore are the new leaders. The fourth, student mindset have shifted from the prestige of the college to the ROI of the what they are going to invest. And fifth, the multi-country expertise wins the next 3 years. So it's up to you how you want to dominate this market, or if you are looking to need any help to getting the guaranteed admissions of this domain. We are basically a tech platform who helps the study abroad consultant as well as the other education consultants to get the guaranteed admission. Then the link is in the description. You can get on the call with one of our executive. He will let us know what's the next process looks like. So till then, for the next video, have a great day. If you like it, do share your comment and feedback in the comment section. Thank you.